Well, James Charles, you collab with Tati, therefore I unsubscribe. Girl, the Poindexters came in full force for Miss James Charles, girl. What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Lux in today's video, girl. Oh my gosh, we have literally so much drama, girl. But James Charles, girl, love him so much, has broken down Miss Thing. He went on this super long Snapchat rant addressing all the drama that he has. And we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna break it down, and we're gonna see what the tea is, honey. Start the video, girl. Well, first of all, he did a collaboration with Tati, anything for views, love her so much. So Tati and James Charles did a video together, okay? And so, of course, anytime two YouTubers do a collab, there's always drama. We've been through this before. This ain't our first time at the rodeo, girl. So many people were upset that, Tati, why are you collabing with James Charles? Oh my God, I can't believe it. I don't even like her. And of course, they brought up his past. They brought up his racist past, which he has apologized for. And the people were accusing Tati of leeching and trying to get in with James Charles with his younger demographic, you know, all that drama. You know what I'm saying? Like, in this industry, people use each other, collab with each other to climb. It's okay. By this time, it's just the way of the world, okay? And it's so hard to be friends with other YouTubers because it's like, well, do you want to be my friend because you actually like me, you want to be my friend, or do you want to be my friend because of what you might get out of it? Like subscribers and views, you know what I'm saying? That's why I think some YouTubers are very isolated people, because they always like make you feel like they're being used. The thing with James Charles, I think he's like almost like a phenomenon in a sense, because according to what people are saying, he's kind of cultivated this fame from Twitter with this whole ring light makeup drama. Like when he posted it on Twitter, and it kind of like exploded from there. Like, I don't remember the last time who got famous off Twitter. You know, and Twitter is like a platform that many people can argue is slowly dying and isn't really keeping up with the times, since things are moving more toward video. So then my question is James Charles the last Twitter famous person? I don't know. But the thing with Twitter, and my main issue has always been that it's so easy for someone to send you negative hate on Twitter, and then you block them, and then they go within seconds, make another account, and then start hating you again. Like, it's so easy for someone to just make an account and directly send you hate. And I think that with that, like, it's different. Like, if on Snapchat, you just don't want to see it, you just don't see it, you don't open it. But on Twitter, it's like, boom, right there in your face. And so Twitter, not saying it is, but it can be a very toxic place. And I think that the toxicity is finally getting to James Charles, and this is why he exploded on the Snapchat, girl. Let's watch some of it.
I've ever tried in my entire life, and honestly, just go watch the video. Swear to God, check it out. But if you're from the sisterhood, go leave a comment on her video, because there's so many hate comments on it. Like, oh my God, love Tati, hate James, so I'm gonna sit this one out. But you still clicked on the video, girl. Are you sitting the video out, or are you just commenting that to join the bandwagon hate? To this day, it still like boggles my mind how nasty people are for no reason. And this is not talking about me in general, because this happens all the time with a bunch of different YouTubers. But if you don't like someone and somebody does a video with them, don't video. Like Miss Manny Moore always says, if you don't like it, please don't watch it. Why are you putting yourself through hell to watch somebody that you hate? Hello, get a job, hang out with friends, adopt a cat, do some charity work, go on a run, put on some makeup. Like, are you really that bored? Is your life that uneventful that you just have nothing better to do than leave hate comments on people's YouTube videos? Because if it is, sorry, sis.
My thing is, it's like when people apologize for something, just forgive them. If they continue with the same actions, then was the original apology heartfelt? And I think that when you forgive someone, it says more about you than it does about them. It's like, I'm done, I'm letting go, I'm gonna move on. So then there seems to be this like bandwagon, like this like group of people that James Charles feels like he has that just constantly hate him. And the thing with bandwagon hate, I'm not gonna sit here and be, I'm perfect. Because when I was like in high school, I did it too. I remember there was this one kid that nobody liked. Everybody treated poorly, and I was like a really young kid at the time too, and I was just really just trying to fit in where I get in. And I remember also being mean to that person, and it wasn't until years later I look back at it and I was like, why was I you know, it was that bandwagon mentality. And I think going through it, you've kind of learned not to do it again, because I get it today. Some people, I'll get messages from people and they'll be like, I used to hate your video so much and I didn't understand you, but now I watch your videos and I love watching your videos. You make me laugh, make me smile. I didn't mean to get on that bandwagon of hate with you. And I was like, oh, that's fine, girl. I think that it's almost like a human interaction, that if a group of people just don't like something, you kind of just like follow them, because you're like, well, all these people can't be wrong. But then if you really take a step back and look at it with your own eyes without getting brainwashed with anything, you can be like, wait a minute, you know what? No, I'm not gonna follow that group and just hate someone just to hate them.
I think a lot of online cyberbullying and bandwagon hate also stems from the fact that we're able to thumbs up and like different comments on like Instagram and Twitter and YouTube as well. And I think that actually plays such a huge role that not a lot of people talk about. And it's because these people that literally have nothing better to do with their lives than comment YouTube videos all day long clearly like are not doing that well emotionally, do not have that many friends, or have been hurt in some way in the past. So like the fact that like people will just leave hate comments, but I think so many people leave hate comments simply because they want someone else to like agree with them. They want like that feeling of, yes, like I'm in the group, like people agree with me, like I'm running something here, like I'm doing something with my life. So like once a hate comment will start to get like a lot of thumbs up and attention, it just like it makes people want to hate and hate and hate even more, because they want that literal 15 seconds of fame with the viral tweet, or they want that top YouTube comment, which I think is really, really sad. Whether people want to admit it or not, I think it is incredibly prevalent and obvious that there are so many celebrities and social media influencers that are popular right now that are hated solely because of bandwagon hate, and because it is literally popular to hate that person. And that's not even a matter of an opinion, that's literally a fact. So if you disagree with that, you're just wrong. But like, whether it be a singer who people think that their vocals aren't that good live, or a fashion blogger whose outfits aren't your taste, or if it's a makeup artist whose foundation never matches, or whose voice annoys you, or who you think is still committing racist acts every single day, it's just people will hate on that person and will drag them to hell and back solely for the fact that they know that other people that are doing the same thing are going to agree with them and are going to give them that like, or are going to give them that thumbs up on their comment, and that's going to fulfill them. It's going to make them feel cool and popular and like they did the right thing, which is so embarrassing. I think it's really easy for a lot of people, including myself. I've definitely been guilty of this in the past, but a lot of us will hear something or see something about a person and will instantly jump to conclusions and then join on a bandwagon hate because it's fun and we feel like we're part of a bigger thing. But I, in the past few years, have been really trying to focus on myself and grow as a person and mature, being that I am so young in a very big industry of much older people, which is why I thank you guys for always being there for me. But it's so important to look at somebody and look at what they're saying and what they're doing and what they're bringing to the community that's positive, as opposed to picking apart little things that really mean nothing, or little things that once did mean something but have been so many years in the past that that person has worked so hard to better themselves from. It's really easy to jump to conclusions and make decisions on people because it's the popular thing to do, but it's even easier to form your own opinion. By being that bandwagon hater and by doing this type of stuff, you're becoming a sheep in a herd, and it's not fun. You should be yourself and be able to form your own opinions and speak your mind. So for those of you sisters out there that are watching my snaps and always like look up to me, thank you for choosing me as a role model. Didn't sign up for this, but hopefully try my best every single day. If you see someone leaving a hate comment, no matter who it is, I don't care if this person is the meanest person in the world. If you see someone leaving a hate comment, don't give it any attention, please. Don't reply to it, don't thumbs up it, don't even thumbs down it, just let it go. And by not giving that person attention that they really are craving and wanting, we maybe can like make some sort of a difference on online hate.
The main issue with James Charles in this Snapchat is that he seems to like almost single out this one person. Like he's always like, if this one girl and there's one girl and he's like freaking out. And I'm like, well, is it really about this one girl, or is it something like much deeper inside? And I think The only conclusion I have is that Twitter, like I said, could be a toxic place. I think that he gets a lot of hate on Twitter, and I think that he dismisses it. You know, as YouTubers, you gotta have like a thick skin and just not address everything and just keep going. And I think like it's finally building up, and he just really can't take like the hate that's coming from Twitter. And I don't really know much about it, but I just feel like if it's bothering you that much, like just take a break from Twitter. Like if something is stressing you out, just take a break from it. You know, give it a reevaluation, think about it, and then come back. But then I've heard some people say, if it wasn't for Twitter, I couldn't do anything. And like they'll release a video, then they'll go on Twitter and say, hey, check out my video. And so their massive following goes over there. I don't have that. I think I have a couple people following on Twitter, but I don't think that that's where the views and people come. Like no one checks for me on Twitter. And I think on James Charles, since he has Twitter fame, I think people kind of tend to check for him on there. And I think that that's where most of the drama stems from, especially on Twitter when you're just like, maybe you might be having a bad day and you see something, you see James Charles like, hi sisters, get your pinkity drinkity. And you're like, ladies a match. Because you might be having a bad day, so you're just like reflecting, and then he sees that and probably gets upset about it. And has to like internalize it and thinking like everybody hates him, when in reality, no one, like everybody does not hate you. And I hope he understands that. Just because you have a few people who do not like you, or even a lot of people who don't like you, that doesn't mean everybody hates you.
Online hate is literally thriving from the fact that it gives people that attention that they want. Whether anybody wants to admit it, that is like the #1 reason behind online hate. So if we don't give anybody attention, it has become such a huge trend to just attack everyone and everything on the internet. And I get that social justice is very obviously so important. I'm not fucking talking about racism or animal cruelty or equality or like women's rights, like nothing that serious, so don't even twist it to that level. But like people will attack everyone and everything for just the smallest thing. Like a cashier miscounts his at the register, and people on Twitter will attack him until he literally never has a job ever again. A woman hits mailbox in her Hyundai Sonata, and people will fight on Twitter until that woman can never operate a motorized vehicle on a roller coaster ever again. It is just so crazy to me, like, that people are so adamant about just ruining people's lives over things that they regret and I'm sure are embarrassed of and are ashamed of and are sorry for. If you don't like someone, or if you don't like someone, if you don't like someone, or if you don't like something, and the thing that they're doing, if you really look at it and realize, you have to put yourself in the other person's shoes. If you really realize, what if I made that mistake? What if I did that? They're not perfect. I really love how everyone on Twitter really is acting like they are just angels sent from above. It's so much easier to just move on and just say, hey, this person isn't for me, this action wasn't for me, I don't like it, and I will not support this person any longer, but that's it. You don't even need to say it, just think it in your fucking head and just move on. I don't understand why everything needs to be a fight. It's just like, don't fight a fight that doesn't have to be there. This woman on Twitter posted a tweet about how it was really, really important to allow people to learn and grow from their mistakes, and how it is equally as toxic to make a mistake as it is to harp on someone for a past shitty mistake that they've made years and years ago and have learned from. And I was like, oh my God, that's such a true thing. It is really, really important to allow people to learn and grow instead of constantly bringing up people's past over and over and over again, because that gets nothing done and that just moves everything backwards. And I retweeted this tweet, and one of my followers quote tweeted it and was like, oh my God, this reminds me of Sister James. Because that is very much my life, and I've made a lot of mistakes, but I've been able to learn and grow from them. And this same girl who posted that original tweet had to quote tweet my follower that literally had one like on her tweet, and it was from me, and say, oh, no sis, not him, what's wrong with you? Why? It had one like. One person mentioned me in that tweet, and she just had to quote tweet it because she knew that quote tweeting that and shitting on me was going to get her that little bit of attention that she wanted from her Twitter. She was right. Blew up as per usual. So I took her tweet, her original tweet, my follower's tweet, and then her tweet taking it back, and I posted it on my Twitter, and I said, the irony here is incredible, because that is exactly what happened. It was an ironic tweet, and she was being a hypocrite. she's sitting there saying, it's important to not judge people for their past and to let people learn and grow. But as soon as I'm applied to it, since I'm one of those people that gets bandwagon hated on, the point flies out the window. And I said, this is ironic. And this girl had the nerve to then quote tweet my...
So again, I think that he's just triggered from this Twitter drama, and my advice would be like just to stay off of it. But James Charles, he also kind of, girl, to sit here and be like, oh, poor James, poor James. No, girl, no, not at all. He also contributes to the drama. He knows sometimes that some topics are gonna get views and clicks. And sometimes he will, you know, try to do it. Like that whole clown makeup from Halloween. He knew it was going to be controversial. He said it was going to be controversial and still posted it. So no, I don't feel sorry for him. But in the sense, it's kind of like you almost do it to yourself in some shape, form, or fashion. And I remember it was Marcus Lemonis, which I look up to, was an amazing entrepreneur. He once said, and I never forget this, he said, "Are there people that took advantage of me and screwed me over? Yes. But did I let them? Yes." And so with that being said, like, I'm pretty sure you have, I have, we all have been screwed over by somebody, something. But you also have to think about it in a way we kind of let it happen. And it's important to learn from that and grow. So that would just be my advice to James Charles. And somewhere along, it makes sense and all there's drama.
And of course, once again, everybody just had to hop on the James Charles is racist train once again. The train is full. Passengers are overflowing at this point, and that tweet has 40,000 likes. Are we surprised? Because I'm certainly... Is that my tweet to her and all my tweets to her had never mentioned race once, never mentioned the color of her skin. I really don't care if she's black, white, orange, purple, green, she's Grinch. Regardless of the color of her skin, she is a hypocrite. You can't post a tweet, well, I guess you can, but you can't post a tweet saying to forgive people for their past mistakes and to let people learn and grow, but then as soon as it's applied to me, take it back because you just don't like me. Now, what her skin tone does correlate to is the fact that my racist comments in the past affected her, and that's fine. That is 100% fine, and I respect that a million percent. I have apologized and I've owned my shit, and I will not apologize anymore because I have made it so clear that I have no hate in my heart for anybody, especially not for the color of their skin. And as long as I know that deep down, that's really all I care about at this point. And as long as my followers that really care about me know about that, that's great. I don't expect or think that I deserve anybody, especially not people of color, accepting my apology or liking me. I really don't blame anybody. Like, I get it. Some things can't be taken back, obviously. But in my tweet, I never once asked her for forgiveness, and I never said that she had to like me. I was simply calling out the fact that her two tweets were completely contradictory and that she was the fucking hypocrite, because that's exactly what she was, regardless of the color of her skin. But because I called a black woman out for her hypocrisy, I apparently now am racist, and apparently now I hate black people once again. Like I was saying, if a fight doesn't need to be fought, I ask that you really step back next time and take yourself out of the situation for a second and think to yourself. Because I do this all the time, and honestly, forcing myself to do this has, I think, truly made me a better person. Take yourself out of the situation and think, is this tweet or post, is this gonna really help? Or am I only tweeting this because I know that I'm gonna get a little bit of attention for it? Because I've done this a million times. I've had so many urges to quote tweet literally every drag that comes at me and just quote tweet it back and say something equally as rude, or even if not even ruder. And I always get the urge because I know that because I have more followers than them, my tweet's gonna get more attention, and that's gonna make me feel warm and fuzzy inside. But then I step back and I think about it and say, why am I doing this to some random person that has hate in their heart? And why am I gonna give them the exact attention that they want? And why am I gonna stoop down to their level? That whole situation could have been avoided if that girl didn't feel the need to quote tweet my follower. Like I said, the girl's tweet had one like, and it was from me. And she just had to quote tweet it and say, oh, what the, not him, you're crazy. Like, why? Just take your viral tweet that was already a really, really good and important tweet with a really great message and go. I just don't understand. The Tati thing could have been avoided. If you don't like don't want to watch me in your thumbnail, don't click on the video. Don't put yourself through hell of watching me if you don't like me. That goes for anybody too. Obviously, these are two personal examples, but this goes for anybody. It would literally make the world such a better place if you don't like somebody, if you don't like something, just ignore it. Unless it's a fight that absolutely needs to be fought. Because like I said, this is not racism, this is not animal cruelty, this is not equality, because those things do need to be fought for. But some things, you know deep down in your heart, we all have done it. Sorry, this snap rant was literally so long. I just had a lot to say. I wanted to get this off my mind because it's been bothering me and I wanted to say something. And I feel like there's an important message behind this. Like I say, all personal stuff with me aside, this can be applied to any situation. If you feel yourself wanting to join in a bandwagon thing, or because it's trendy, or just wanting to leave a hate comment in general, just try really hard not to. Just at least try. Even if you guys try, it would make me so happy. And at least it's something, you know? Just, it's so much easier to not leave a fucking hate comment and just mind your own business and dislike somebody and think it in your mind instead of actually putting it on paper or in writing, because it just does nothing.
But as always, if you like the video, smash that like button, comment, rate, subscribe. If you don't like the video, send it to your haters. When they watch it, they lost 10 minutes of their life they'll never get back. And don't forget, I do have merchandise down below, so check it out if you want. All right, see you next video. Peace. Bye. Love you so much.